Hey there, guys and gals. Everyone's packing their stuff, and, well, nobody can stop to talk about our trip to the beach house. I'm a little worried we have to pay our own way, but, well, I think I've got enough squirreled away. Thankfully, Max's van is big enough to carry all of us down there, so, well, we all have to chip in for gas, but it's cheaper than a taxi. Hey, you almost ready? Almost. I just got a couple more things. Hey, what do you think about this swimsuit? Isabella just holds up a skimpy two-piece against her shirt. Oh, Isabella, it looks really good on you. Well, I bet you'll turn every head on the beach. You know it. If I don't get at least one guy to walk into a pool out there, this thing's a failure. Anyway, hurry up. We're all itching to get going. Ugh, seriously, you ripped that last one on purpose. Those last 3 miles were hell. Oh, you're full of it. Quit trying to blame it on me. Come on, guys, we're here. It doesn't matter anymore. Our lungs will probably grow back. It's fine. I don't get the just sudden ha there. That honestly doesn't make sense to me. It probably makes sense in the script, but I don't know. For me, it doesn't. It was a long 15-hour trip, but we finally made it. The beach house sits before us, and the ocean sits just on the other side of it. It's pretty late. Well, what do we want to do? Well, let's get settled in the house first. I just want to see what the room situation's like. So, are we really the only ones here all week? Well, yeah, unfortunately, Roxanne and the others had to bow out. They couldn't afford their own transportation. Heck, I'd feel bad, but this place doesn't really look big enough for all of us anyways. Okay, so I think this is a glitch. I think Max is supposed to be saying that because then it says, Max is right. The house looks pretty cozy. Once we've got the door open and the place scouted out, it looks like there's only 3 bedrooms. Each has a king-size bed in it, but still. Yeah, no, that's definitely a glitch, and Max was supposed to have said that. Well, I suppose we can split off into pairs, and maybe someone can use the couch out here. Oh, actually, let's just use the 2 rooms for 3 people. We can go girls and boys. But why wouldn't we use all of the rooms? Max and Isabella just seem to share a quick glance. I'm not sure why she wouldn't want to use all the rooms either, but those 2 seem to have a plan. Because, numbnuts, we've already got a perfectly good split here. Why mess up with all the rooms? Well, because it's ours for a week. Oh, that means we don't have to be rude. No, it's much better if we leave one of the rooms empty, where we know that none of the others will be in it. Where everyone knows that we shouldn't go into that room, especially without knocking. Dominic just looks between Max and Isabella as some kind of realization dawns on his face. I'm just saying, it's a long week, lots of folks about. Come on, douchenick, catch hands already. Yeah, I get it. You 2 are gross. Ugh, whatever, fine. Isabella and Max just high-five as everyone else starts putting their stuff into one of the rooms. Everyone splits up across male or female, setting their stuff down and making, well, their sleeping arrangements. Okay, ladies, let's get set up. How are you for the bed situation? What do you gals think? Hey, well, I'm okay with a little snuggling. What do you say, Anne? I don't know if that's, well, I can't believe I've been here for 3 minutes and Isabella's already making me blush. Yes, you'll hump anything that moves. But if anyone's going to be groping me, I'd like them to have a pecker to back it up, thanks. Oh, what? That's incredibly insulting. You think I can't get a strap on such short notice? Pff, don't underestimate me. And then she just smiles. So I think some of the not animations, some of the pictures aren't really aligned to their text, unless it's, I don't know, unless this is in a playful text. I don't know. It's just, she's smiling for some reason. I don't get it. You're so gross, Isabella. Well, how do you expect me to be when I've got 2 beautiful specimens rooming with me? Tell me you at least brought some nice revealing swimsuits. Well, laughing at each other, we take out our bathing suits out of our luggage. Isabella inspects them while nodding her approval. Anyway, let's take turns with the bed. I brought a sleeping bag just in case, so I can take the first floor shift. Well, that's awfully generous of you. Yeah, well, I'm told I'm a bed hog, so I guess I was just expecting to get kicked out at some point. We all have a good laugh over that. All right, let me go get some more blankets from the linen closet, and we'll see if we can't set up a 3rd space here. As Sally leaves, Isabella turns toward me with a wicked grin on her face. Well, I'm a free lady now, Anne. If you're gonna make your move, now's your chance. So that one's bad. This one's a good one. I mean, you're gonna be with the two beautiful specimens all week. What? How is that not the bad? How's that the bad one? How's that the bad one? I don't get it. No. You always tease me. I mean, it's not that I don't like it. Isabella smiles at me and just reaches out a hand to tussle my hair. Don't you worry, hon. We'll have a great time this week for sure. Well, I'm looking forward to it. We both just grin at each other and fall at the thought of the next week to come. Okay, I think this will do us. Come on, girls. What say we turn in? Tomorrow's probably going to be just as long, well, if for different reasons. Speaking of just as long. Oh my god, it's Isabella! And, well, it's probably another few hours before we drift off to sleep. Come on, everybody. The beach isn't going to lie over itself. First one there gets to rub Santan lotion on my back. Okay, so every time I hear that, it reminds me of a, like an old cartoon. And it's this, like, really, really big old woman. And she's just, like, screaming to her nephew or something. Get over here and run some suntan lotion on Grandma's back. And I just can't take any line seriously if it's anywhere remotely like that. I apologize. Well, everyone's up and dressed up for some fun on the beach. Sally cooked up some great vegan pancakes for breakfast. I have to admit, I'm looking forward to spending the day on the beach. Our first day here was basically just, well, we went into a nearby town and picked up supplies. Found a nice little outlet mall, and well, Sally and Dominic wanted to just look through it a bit. So we ended up spending our entire day in town just enjoying the local flavor. Today is promising to be some fun on the beach. The sky's clear, the water's warm, and well, I can't wait. It's really beautiful out here, and it makes the stress of this last quarter just melt away. We've got our own private beach, which, well, it means I don't feel nearly as self-conscious about walking around in my swimsuit. Everyone else is just as undressed as I am. Heck, sometimes it feels like I'm in some kind of model's dorm. But I don't feel as much like an outsider anymore. Rakesh and Sally are just looking over the water. It looks like they're thinking about going in first. No, Rakesh, you're not going to be able to snorkel in there. It's too shallow. I suppose, looking at it, you may be right. Still, I would like to explore and see. Max and Dominic are setting up a net of some kind a little ways off. Meanwhile, I'm putting on some sunscreen under a nice beach umbrella Isabella had. I've got a few good books out here, and I'm looking forward to relaxing and reading for a while. No, it's got to go on the third rung. You dumbass. Otherwise, it's just going to be too low. It's a net, not a limbo stick. Oh, shut up, jackass. If we don't get it straight, we won't be doing anything with it. Ooh, Rakesh, shake that pretty ass, boy. Behave, Isabella. Come on, Rakesh. Let's see how deep it gets out there. Isabella's so rude. Watch out for the Undertale, you two. It's nice to have the whole house out here and, well, getting along and enjoying the beach. It almost feels like we've got our own nice little family. A few hours later, everyone's gathered around the deck table with another great lunch properly finished off. Thanks for the meal, Rakesh. It was great. Yeah, man, good job. Though I mind that grill. I think we may have to fire that up tonight. We bought charcoal, right? Well, yeah, and some hamburgers and veggie patties. Oh, that sounds delicious, too. I'm gonna end up stuffing myself silly this week. Well, we're just gonna have to exercise that much harder. True, we should go do something now. Hey, let's put that volleyball net to good use. What do you folks say? I'm game. Let's do it. I'll lead one team. Don't you get enough trying to herd cats being our RA? I'm not going to stop until I whip you into shape. And the rest of us decide it's not worth it to argue with him and just let him lead one of the teams. Sally volunteers to lead the other one. The two confer for a few moments before just turning to us with their team selections. Okay, we discussed what seemed fair, and for the teams, it's me, Rakesh, and Anne. For team 1, And for team 2, it's Sally, Isabella, and any stray hobos they can pick up. And Sally just elbows Dominic in the ribs. Come on, Max, Isabella, let's clobber these suckers. I just laugh as Isabella and Max make their way to Sally. Meanwhile, Dominic calls Rakesh and I over to our side of the net for a strategy meeting. Okay, Anne, you're going to be our trap guard. They're going to think you're our weakest link. Sorry, I'm not really very physical. I hope I'll do okay. No, that's good. See, you look like you don't think you can handle it. That way... Oh, sorry. Look like you don't think you can handle it. That way, they'll keep the ball coming at you. Meanwhile, Rakesh and I will know exactly where the ball's going. And we can compensate. Brilliant, General. And when the ball does come to you, just try to set it. I mean, that way we can complete for points. If you think you've got a shot, though, take it. Got confidence in you. Dominic looks pleased with himself as Rakesh and, well, he just claps hands. Victory is already smoldering in their eyes, while I can only chuckle and hope I don't drag them down too much. You chumps ready for the fire? Oh, don't get too cocky, Missy. We've got brawn and brains to spare. You mean you've gone spare? We have spare tires in our brains. And everyone looks at Rakesh for a moment, but then decides to let it pass. What's going to make this interesting, folks? Oh, what are you thinking? What say the winning team gets out of cleaning duties for us the trip? Oh yes, I will enjoy all my extra free time. Ha, you wish. Dominic fishes a quarter out of his pocket and flips it. He points to me and says call it. Well, luckily Tails doesn't fail me and it's our turn first. Dominic tosses me the ball and, well, it looks like it's my serve. I can't remember the order and I'm not looking it up. Thing is, I know I'm going to end up going back, and if it doesn't work. I throw the ball up and just try my best to hit it over the net towards Isabella. I may not be the best at sports, but I'm no wilting flower either. And unfortunately, Isabella's got my number. She receives the ball perfectly, setting it up while Max runs it into a spike and home with sand. Whoa, what the? Setting it up while Max runs it to spike it home in our sand on our side. Boom goes the dynamite. First blood goes to us. We rotate positions with Dominic serving this time. He tosses the ball and does a jump serve right to Isabella. Isabella laughs as she easily returns the ball back over the net. We get a couple of good volleys in, and Rakesh almost spikes it one home, but a last-minute dive by Sally saves it. Rakesh sends a wide bump over towards Max, and he catches it easily, but his teammates are nowhere near, so he just sends it back over the net, right at me. Maybe I can score? I think about spiking it, but I know one of the boys could do it better. Instead, I get under the ball and set it over to Dominic. He takes a high-flying leap at it and sends the ball hurtling straight past Sally and Isabella. Max tries to dive for it, but he's just too late. Nice work, Anne. We high-five while Sally just sticks her tongue at me. After another half an hour, we're all feeling hot and sweaty, but it's been great exercise, and Sally's team has scored 13 to Dominic's 13. Ooh, oh, God. We're getting really close to match point, and it's my serve again. I have a chance to maybe end the game right here since we're only playing to 15. End the game here. It's 13 to 13. So that's another tiny little problem I see with it, but whatever. Well, now where to serve it this time? I think. I look over at the other team and decide to mark Isabella. I'll admit, I haven't had a great track record with my serves, but I've been doing all right. This time, I watch the ball sail right into a perfect set. Isabella gets it over to Max, who spikes it home despite a last-minute dive from Dominic. What? No! Unless I fell into this trap before, because I don't know. Whatever. I size up the other team as I toss the ball into the air with a loud thwack. I send the ball straight at Max. Unfortunately, it's a little too straight at Max, as in straight at his face. He tries to get his hands up in time, but the ball just ends up bouncing off his wrists and hitting the ground. Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? It's fine. I'm fine. It would have been more dramatic if last point had been some epic struggle, but it really wasn't. The ball was served normally, and we even managed to volley a few times, and then, well, without warning, Sally went for a set and just stumbled in the sand. The ball bounced off her exposed leg and rolled out of bounds. We'd made the last point. Everyone laughed and cheered as the final point was scored. Rakesh and Dominic rush over to give out high fives, and I grab their hands, and we just jump a little for having won our game. Well, looks like I'll be cooking with extra dishes tonight. I will have much more free time now that you losers are doing the cleaning. Nice work, everyone. It was a good game. The final tally was Dominic's 15 to Sally's 13. I wandered over to the water and took a few moments to stretch. That was a lot of fun, and, well, I really can't wait to see what the rest of the week will hold. The last 2 days have been incredible. I've been hanging out with my friends on and off the beach, and, well, it's probably been the best vacation of my life. Quiet time to read, the gentle lapping waves, laughter of friends. Oh, I can hardly believe it. It's all the more disappointing that tomorrow we have to pack up and head back to the dorm. Still, I've got one more day to spend here, and I'm going to make sure it's the best caper yet. I think everyone had the same thought, actually. After Dominic made everyone breakfast, we all just split up to sort of do our own thing. I've gotten a good breakfast and a good shower in, but now I just need to figure out what to do with my day. I walk out onto the deck and take a brief moment to watch over the waves, and it's beautiful here. I can see our Professor Task bought it, and, well, why he'd want to keep it to himself. Where did everyone go today? Well, I think Rakesh went to the garage. He's probably painting something in there he shouldn't be, and Isabella went to go fall asleep on the beach. Dominic went for a jog along the beach, and he said he'd be too lax this week. I'm pretty sure Max took the van into town to get gassed up for the return trip. I know the last of the quarter of the year is coming, and I probably won't have another chance to get some good alone time with anyone. If I don't make something happen now, nobody's going to have time to try and make it happen later. And for a brief moment, I considered putting on an old shirt, but I guess my swimsuit will do. You never know where Rakesh's paints will go, and, well, if I get dirty, the water's not far off. I make my way into the garage, finding Rakesh staring at a canvas, and I can see a sketch of me in the park from last week. Ooh, take him by surprise. It almost looks like you're just starting. How's it going, Rakesh? Anne. Yes. I haven't gotten very much further with this particular piece, but I think the inspiration here will serve me well. The beach really is beautiful here. Yes, it's very nice as well. Rakesh just smiles at me and I blush at the compliment. I'm trying to determine the best colors to use. I look over the sketch Rakesh has made of me and it's very lovely. It feels very soft and warm. You wouldn't just use the real colors? But what are the true colors, Anne? That is the question, is it not? What? I guess I mean... Rakesh just laughs as I look at my arms trying to think of what color is correct. I mean, nothing like that, Anne. What are your true colors? I suppose I could ask for some of Sally's auras or what have you, but I think the artist's eye sees something very different. Rakesh looks from me back to the painting for a moment. Perhaps there's nothing better for it than let your colors shine for themselves. How's that? Rakesh just picks his palette and one of his brushes, and then he walks over to me and puts them both in my hands. Oh no, I couldn't. I'm not going to do this sort of thing. It's okay. I only need you to set the tone. I feel nervous as Rakesh slowly pushes me to the canvas. I hover the paintbrush over the palette, trying to decide which color to use. Here. It is best if this is by instinct. You're a great thinker, Anne. But some things cannot be done with thought first. Rakesh comes in close to me, putting a hand around me and just pulls the glasses from my face. Wait, what? I can't. And as soon as he pulls the glasses off, his other hand comes around and covers my eyes. His first hand takes a hold of my arm, guiding it towards the palette. I can feel Rakesh's breath tickling the side of my neck as he just presses his body into mine. And finally I decide to just go with it. I jab the brush at the palette, swab it around a little, though I can feel Rakesh guiding me just a bit to make sure I get some color. And just as I'm about to pull the brush off, a last-minute inspiration hits me and I jab the brush at another color and just try to mix them a little. Did I get a good color? Beautiful. Now, here, let's apply it to the canvas just a bit. Rakesh keeps his hands over my eyes and his arm guides mine towards the canvas. When I feel resistance, together we make a few swishes of the paintbrush. Perfect. And now I can see what colors your heart sings for, my dear. Rakesh moves his hands from my eyes, but stays pressed behind me, his mouth near my ear. His other hand lets go of my arm and settles on my stomach as he hugs me even tighter. I can barely tell without my glasses, but apparently I put a small dab of a bluish-yellow paint right under the drawing's ear. I can't help but giggle a little before sighing and settling back into Rakesh's arms. Is it really beautiful, Rakesh? Undoubtedly. If I can capture 1/1,000,000th of your true beauty, I think I'll be remembered through the ages. And I can just feel myself blush a bit. Feeling Rakesh so close is making me feel very warm. I reach an arm back and just begin to stroke his thigh. Can I help more? That was nice. It's always nice with you, Rakesh. I love being around you. I would love you to... Well, I'd like you to help me for a long time, and I would like that very much. I sigh contentedly, holding Rakesh's arm to me with one arm, and reaching the other to rub along his hair. I feel his breath growing hotter in my ear as my mouth descends, and he timidly... as his mouth descends, and he timidly begins to nuzzle and lick at my earlobe. I didn't think the pleasure would be so intense in so small of a gesture, but I stroke Rakesh's hair harder, enjoying the feel of it through my fingers. Rakesh just continues to kiss me, pulling me tightly against him. His lips are soft on my neck as he nibbles on the edge of my collarbone. I let my fingers explore his head, touching his ears and pulling his face in close, and, well, with his other hand I pull his hand up to my breast. Rakesh kisses along my jawline, and finally I turn my head to meet his. Our lips dance across each other, swiftly at first. Soon, though, we are hungrily searching each other's mouths. My tongue darts out to taste him quickly, and, well, I thrill at what I find. Rakesh's hand massages my breast through my swimsuit, gently brushing my rapidly hardening nipples. Finally, I turn to face him more fully, our lips still locked as we feverishly kiss. I grind my body against his, feeling waves of pleasure. Rakesh takes hold of one of my arms, kissing down the length of it as I moan. He takes special care to kiss each finger. I move to kiss down his neck, moving down his chest and just kissing it gently. And finally Rakesh stands, pushing the thin straps of my suit aside. He smiles as it falls aside, and I feel my face getting red, but not from the embarrassment, as I let my fingers search for the clasps of his pants. And 30 minutes later, I just go searching for where my swimsuit ended up. Before long, I'm back in it, and Rakesh and I are just grinning stupidly at each other. Do you really want to help me paint this, Anne? I look at the painting with its one spot of color and then consider for a while. Not that painting, I think. I want to see what you make of it. But I would like to help you with the painting sometime, yes. I think I'd like that. I would love to explore what kind of art we could make together, Anne. I walk back over to Rakesh, wrapping his arm around my shoulder. We continue to smile stupidly at each other for a while, and it's, well, just enjoying each other's company for a bit. And stats have changed. That one was very... I'm not going to say it was bad. It was awkward to read. I don't know if it was because of the grammar was just slightly different than what I'm used to, or if it was a... I'm not going to say it's too descriptive, because I do a lot of, like, text-based roleplay, and I'll paragraph the shit out of that. Oops, I said a curse word. YouTube's going to ban me. But it's not... It wasn't, like, too detailed. I think it was just too repetitive, maybe? That may be the issue. I'm not sure. But I got 100% energy. It's week 17. We have to go to 21. I think there's like 3 choices next week. Yeah, no, there's like 3 choices next week. And then we have... Wow. Then we have 2 weeks after next week where there's just nothing. So those might be super, super short. Oh, no. Those weeks are when Anne has to start her little thing. Her, like, party. Oh, well. That aside, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of this. And, well, hey, I'll see you on the next one.